everyone else grants me the rishus without having asked. Are you guys going to sing again, or should I? Okay, good.
Go with it.
Right.
Come on.
There's a machlokas haposkim whether we say Hashem Chayanu on the occasion of an engagement. What they mean by that is the kiddushin, the mitzvah mamish, if it's a mitzvah. But the yaibis, who actually says you should make a shechayanu, actually brings down that even at the time where you finish the shidduch, before the actual mitzvah of kiddushin, you would also make a shechayanu. It seems that minhag Yisrael is not that way, but it would be logical. It would seem like it makes sense to at least say it below Shem Malchus. And in fact, the Chidah brings that down the halacha that you should say the bracha below Shem Malchus. So Baruch Shechayanu V'Kiyimanu V'Hidyanu L'Zman Hazeh. I had half of mine not to say any Divrei Torah tonight. It's hard to follow my father-in-law, my father, but my other half would probably be pretty embarrassed. So just a thought about Shechayanu. In his Akdama to his Haggadah Shal Pesach, the Maharshal, Rav Shlomo Kluger, he asks an interesting question. He says, if you look at the words of Shechayanu V'Kiyimanu V'Hidyanu L'Zman Hazeh, so it seems strangely repetitive. Why do we need all those verbs that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does for us? Shechayanu, V'Kiyimanu, V'Hidyanu. Say Baruch Shechayanu L'Zman Hazeh, Baruch Shechayanu Ad L'Zman Hazeh. Why do we have all those verbs? So he points out that each of those words means something very different, and we thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for each of them independently. Shechayanu, Pshuto Kimashmao, we pasha thank Hashem for giving us life. And that doesn't only mean that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us life however many years ago. He's Mechadesh B'Tuva B'chol Yom Tamid. He gives us life every day, Mechal Kafayim Chesed. And we are totally and entirely indebted to him for that chesed, and so we thank him Shechayanu. V'Kiyimanu, Rav Shlomo Kluger says it wouldn't have been enough to have given us life. It wouldn't have been enough to just have given us life every single day, or however many years ago. He was Mekayim us. He gives us certain values, he gives us certain talents, certain abilities, certain opportunities in order to perform more Torah and mitzvahs, and also to navigate through this hard, difficult world. And so we thank Kadosh Baruch Hu, Shosh and I, for being Mekayim us, for giving us the talents that we have, for giving us the family that we have, for giving us the opportunities that we have. And specifically in this scenario, for making this process so smooth, so natural. We understand, well, we don't really understand, but we try to understand the bracha that we've received in such a natural, smooth, and comfortable process. And we're forever indebted to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we thank him publicly here for that. V'Higyanu L'Zman Hazeh, Rav Shlomo Kluger ends that it wouldn't only have been enough to give us life, and it wouldn't have been enough to give us our faculties and our abilities, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us certain times of year, certain points in our lives where there's so much excitement, so much thrill, and so much simcha shel mitzvah that we're able to focus all those abilities. We come to Pesach and we come to the Seder and we say Shechayanu V'Kiyimanu V'Hidyanu L'Zman Hazeh, because it wouldn't have been enough except that we reach this time of year to do these mitzvahs. And when we shake the lulav, we have the same excitement. When we get a new car, we have the same excitement. That's the V'Hidyanu L'Zman Hazeh. So Shosh and I, for this also, are thankful to the Ribono Shalom that he brought us L'Zman Hazeh, a time of obviously of extreme excitement, colloquially as it's used, and also excitement of Simcha Shel Mitzvah. There's new dinim, new halachos, new Torah that we're going to learn, and new halachic paths that we're going to foray. What do you think of that? And we're so excited, and Baruch Shechayanu L'Zman Hazeh. We mentioned that it's a machlokas haposkim whether we say Shechayanu, and we say that we don't say Shechayanu at Kiddushin. Why don't we? If you look at the Rishonim, so there's two basic reasons given for why we do say Shechayanu. Tosfos and Sukkah quote that when you're extremely excited about a mitzvah, you say Shechayanu, so that should apply here. I'm pretty excited. And the other reason that's brought, it's in the Rambam, it's in the Russian, the Rambam, the other Rishonim, is that when something comes leprakim, mizman lizman, not often, an irregular mitzvah, so we say Shechayanu. So we hope that this mitzvah only occurs one time in people's lives, and so it seems pretty irregular. Both reasons seem to exist. So there are upwards of 9 reasons found in the Achronim for why we don't say Shechayanu. Since we only have 45 more minutes, we'll say 2. And then I'll derech drush, and hopefully we'll just say some thank yous and end with that. The Chassam Sofer in his Chuvos quotes a fascinating answer to this question. I don't know what to do with it in Big Adol, but here I think it's very applicable. He says, we only say Shechayanu V'Hidyanu L'Zman Hazeh when the mitzvah or the occasion that is brought to us was kol kulo from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Meaning Hashem willed this to happen, and we could do nothing to bring it any faster or any later. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said it's going to be Pesach now. There's nothing I can do about that. Baruch Shechayanu L'Zman Hazeh. He said there's going to be a lulav now. Baruch Shechayanu L'Zman Hazeh. But says the Chassam Sofer in Shidduchim, so there's total bechira chashis. He says, even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a will, he wills this shidduch to be, but he couldn't make it happen against our will. There were players at hand in the real world over here, me and Shosh and others, who brought this shidduch together. And so we can't say Baruch Shechianu B'Kiyama V'Higanu Lazman Hazeh, because it wasn't only HaKadosh Baruch Hu, there were other people who took part in this great event. There are other important people besides me and Shosh. First of all, Rebson Sobolovsky, the Shaftin. Clearly a shliach of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this scenario. Someone who not only thought of the shidduch, but also was there mamish yomam v'layla and mamish every single day to give Asa, to call to check in, to be involved, to be osek, and she's been more than just a shatner. She's been a friend and a yoetzet. Do that. That's Hebrew. That is Hebrew. Okay. And we appreciate it so much, and we hope that one day we can find some way to pay back. Our grandparents, obviously, in the biggest way, brought us here. All of them won't even live here in Eretz Yisrael, in the Olam HaEmes. All of them put in so much tircha and brought us here. And our parents, mom and dad, Abba and Ima, are on different sides now, but Shechianu, that you gave us life, the Kiyimanu, that you put so much into us and were Makayim us, and V'Higanu Lazman Hazeh, the support and the advice and the help that you've given us is not fathomable, and we appreciate it very, very much. The Kal won't be happy with this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't make one more thank you. The Imrei Emes gives another answer as to why we don't say a Shechianu in Kiddushin. He says, if you look at the Gemara in Kiddushin on base, the Gemara says a mashal to what it's like when a man looks for his wife. It says it's Bal Aveda Mechazer Achar Avedasa. It's like let's say a person lost his fancy watch. So he goes after and finds his watch, and then he reclaims it. So that's what it's like to find your wife. It's someone who, as the Zohar says, was created with you from Ma'aseh Bereshis. Your neshamas were put together, and you lose her for some time, but you come back to her eventually. Eshes Layl Migimtza, Lashon Mitzia. In this case, it's Taka Mitzia. Anyone who knows Shosh knows her amazing qualities. Won't embarrass her. But Bein Av L'Chavero, Chevira, Bein Av L'Makom, our amazing Ahavas Torah, our amazing Ahavas Chesed. Everyone here knows it, and anyone here knows me knows I don't deserve it. And so it is really a mitzvah. And it's for that reason that we don't say Hashefianu, but it's also for that reason that below Shem Malchus we do. Because I'm so thrilled that you've given me the opportunity at least to try and earn being with you. And I hope that throughout my life I'll be able to find a way to do that. Mazel tov to everyone. Thanks for coming.